Are Daemonettes of Slannesh any good? Made up of hatred and glass, Daemonettes are instantly recognizable as assaulters against Slannesh's foes. Let's take a look at their distinct strengths, sharply distinct weaknesses, and how to fight with them and perhaps against them. Daemonettes are recruited for 800 gold and 200 upkeep per turn with 100 entities on Ultra. 6800 health is spread between them. Armor is 10, which is obviously miserable, but they get physical resistance of 20 base. Leadership is 65, which is impressively high. Speed is 54, certainly shocking for so-called infantry. Melee attack is 40 base and magical attack, with an attack interval of 4 and no splash damage. Melee defense is 36 base, which is more than decent, with weapon strength 32, split between 8 base and 24 armor piercing. The cheap armor piercing aspect completely flips the script on certain factions. Charge bonus is 30. However, beginning with the Daemonettes, we'll regularly see devastating flanker in the faction, doubling the charge bonus if it's to the side or rear. Other than that, the unit inflicts fear and has standard demonic tendencies to evaporate like water vapor. In the Nakari-style redline skills, demonic inspirations adds up to +6 melee attack and +8 flat charge bonus, which is once again doubled from the sides or rear. At rank 7, Acolytes of Hedonism would grant +5 leadership, +5 melee defense, and an added 10% physical resistance. In the tech tree, Blessed Young shades 10% from upkeep and adds 10% weapon strength. This is all you get, specific to the unit, but frankly, it's not as if either part is unwelcome. What I've described is simple in concept, but execution is a little more complicated. Put simply, okay, Slannesh is filled with units with wonderful charge bonuses. Where's your anvil? This, by far, is your biggest dilemma with Daemonettes, since the very fact you have Daemonettes means that you don't care about long-term survival. You care about what damage they can do to the enemy. So, how I'd recommend using Daemonettes amounts to manipulating guile and cunning, and preferably single entities like heroes, or small groups of entities like chariots, to serve as honorary anvils while you hammer with the Daemonettes themselves. You can pull the other stuff out and reuse, but the Daemonettes should be given the hardest bite upon entry as you can provide. Being armor-piercing is a huge advantage in the right circumstances, but on the other hand, quite a lot of that armor-piercing is wasted on low-armored targets. The weapon strength is still decent, but decent isn't going to pay the bills. Moreover, despite the physical resistance, having such low armor means that they may diminish the incoming damage, but they'll take the damage nonetheless, even from basic archers, swords, and so forth. So they're entirely dependent on breaking the opposition with fear and damage before they themselves crumble. Consequently, you need to work around the glassy nature and hit hard. Pulling them out may not be realistic, but manipulating the circumstances to get them in with the best charge possible puts you in the best position to win. It's high melee attack, so adding charge bonus makes it likely the first blows will give them a huge tactical edge. That's a start. So, that's our start for the Slannesh roster. Take care, and have fun mocking dwarfs and their armor. Someone has to.